if John Wick was here today, he would probably ask you, are people born wicked, or are they just made that way? And, or is wickedness thrust upon them even? Well, that's a bit too deep for this John Wick Hex game, but I thought I would start off with something deep to end the day. So, this is an action game, like right up, like everyone probably thinks, hey, John Wick, okay, action game, easily, prints money, is done, doesn't have to be complicated, just has to be a good action game like the Punisher game from like 10 plus years ago. No, this is obviously, people that made this think, hey, let's make John Wick a tabletop game because we love tabletop games, and everyone else is like, why? And they're like, I don't know, but we just did. So, yeah, this tabletop RPG is not an action game. Apparently it rewards people that play super aggressively, but even then it's really tricky. It's got a lot of issues with it, unfortunately. It's got classic tabletop concepts which are interesting to see. You know, you can shoot better if you crouch, just sort of like things like that. You can hit better if your hit percentage is higher if someone's not moving towards you or dodging or whatever. The interesting graphics, it tries to emulate the tones of the movies. If you've seen the movies, you know what I mean. There's like pinks, hues, and purples, and you know, it's just got like that gritty, dark, you know, with neon colors, themes to it. But it just looks unfinished. Like, people's faces just look like, okay, they're just stand-ins, like they're not actually the final graphics. They're just there to give you an idea of what it could look like potentially. The voices are okay at best. The cutscenes are acceptable. It's just not exciting. Like, that's pretty much what I've gotten to so far. Like, it's just because I have a whole list of cons. A lot of fairly annoying gripes with this game, unfortunately. The graphics sound unique. And great on paper, but the characters are just poorly drawn ones, versions of the ones you see in the movies. So like Keanu Reeves kind of looks like Keanu Reeves most of the time, like 75% there. Gameplay mechanics, like John Wick's amazing in the movies, but here he feels really clunky in a tabletop RPG environment. Just due to each move, shooting, moving, attacking, takedowns, it takes away from your total energy, and it's too slow moving. John Wick movies, they're very fast paced overall in the fights. I suspect the game wants me to constantly dodge and hide, and I remember oftentimes John Wick didn't do that as often as this game demands it. He seems rather underpowered in this game. Like, you know, you think you'd dodge and be able to take out a few guys. No, this game you get shot and you die and you have to restart that part of the level. There's just too much zigzagging, not enough excitement. It's just, everything feels like it's there, but they miss the essence of John Wick, where it's fast, you know, he's super powerful. It's just, there's way too many enemies, which means you're inexplicably swarmed at times, which is ridiculous. Like John Wick, if you've seen some fights, he can take out like multiple people, no problem. He's just going through people. In this, he's like, you know, the guy that, like, maybe John Wick Sr., he can't go through people, he's trying to dodge, he can't take, you know, he runs out of bullets way too quickly in this, he doesn't have enough band-aids. I mean, I kind of get what they were trying to do, which kind of like is like the movie, but like John Wick's more powerful than this. So, bandages, yeah, very rare. Very slow to use them as well. The gameplay itself very simple, which isn't bad, but for an action hero, this game's extremely tough, very boring. It's like making a Rambo tabletop game, but forgetting to give Rambo his guns or access to explosives. It's like suddenly Rambo has to do everything hand to hand, like MacGyver, MacGruber. The game cost $22.79, which, you know, when you see the price, it's like, oh man, this is such a great deal. And then you realize, okay, they were giving this game away in charity bundles and other stuff for like nothing, like $10. And there's a reason, because like it's just got so many reasons why it doesn't feel like a John Wick game, and it's not, it doesn't give you that same excitement as the movies. It just feels like a $5 or less game, unfortunately. It's sad to say this, but it just feels meh, and not like John Wick is a total badass and like you are him. No, it feels like John Wick is old, slow, and he can't take out as many guys as he used to in the movies. That's why it feels like, okay, this is like half-assed, the graphics, just the gameplay. Like if they just made an action game with missions, John Wick trying to rescue someone, who knows, like something, then this would have been an action game, this would have been a John Wick game. Yeah, so when I saw a John Wick game coming out, because after, I don't know when this came out, but I think it was the third movie was already out, or at least 2 movies were already out, so like I was excited to see a John Wick game. I'm like, finally, you know, he's earned tons of money at the movie theaters, and now like someone comes along and you know, makes this tabletop game, and now I'm hoping that eventually we get an action game like The Punisher, as I said, or Max Payne. I'm just praying that the Payday John Wick DLC is as worthy, as it's the only way you can beat John Wick right now outside of this game. It's just this game, the only thing this game has going for it is its license. If you took away this license, this would be some dude in a suit, you know, and no one would play this. This is one of those cash-in license games that I see 9 out of 10 people don't like this game, even though it says John Wick on the front. And there's a reason for that, right? So sadly, get this for $5 if you're a hardcore fan. But it's just glitchy and broken, unfinished graphics. I just cannot recommend it to anyone but the most diehard John Wick. I was so disappointed having played this. I think this is the most disappointed I've been with a game since Battletoads. So if that gives you an idea, you know, just go watch the John Wick movies. This game is easily a 4 out of 10. It's not wicking it. Alright, keep on wicking. Bye.